Hey guys, and welcome back to Omnifactory. On to episode number 12 now. Off camera, mainly did a little bit of processing here and there. Got a few little bits automated, as I said I would. I also put a little, well, I say a little bit, I put another stack of sulfur into the polyethylene line so that we can get that all back stacked again, get enough of that run through. First thing that I automated was the pyrolyzer oven. Fairly simple, although I did have to make another advanced chemical reactor, and also the blast furnace is upgraded. Automated, it's currently just smelting aluminium. Need a ton of that down the line. For the pyrolyzer oven, fairly simple. The recipe itself, I made it so that it makes 10 phenolic circuit boards and 20 coke coal, with 16 coal and 10 coated circuit boards. Input bus, item conduits straight through. This has got a filter in so that it only actually takes the coal. Coming a little bit clearer further up here. Just grab that one back, sure. Because the interface pipes straight into this crate. That crate then divides the items, so the coal goes into the pyrolyzer oven and the circuit boards come into the chemical reactor. Then we've got a fluid conduit which takes the forget what it comes out of this phenol. It takes the phenol straight into the advanced chemical reactor and then pops it straight back into the interface. The blast furnace, it's the output bus automatically, as you can see, straight into the interface as well. Got a few different bits automated on the blast furnace, so if we have a look at the interface, what have we got? So we've got all of these patterns set up. In terms of patterns, really simple. I've actually also got these keeping in stock, so we've got 8 tier 3s, 16 tier 2s. We're out of coal at the moment, which is why we don't actually have any tier 1 circuits in there. In these guys, so I processed all of our redstone that we had in the AE system, as well as the pitch blend, and I'm also making some more aluminium dust because we've been going through that as if it's commodity at the moment. I actually ran out of space in this interface, so if I just dig this one out up here, I also put another interface, so we've already got all of these patterns in there as well. So yeah, already onto our second interface for the actual compressor. I made the electric furnace off camera as well. Really simple. If we have a look, so advanced furnace, this one. So really simple. Just a couple of tier 2s, MV and copper nickel wires. Really simple recipe. That's just so that I can get a few bits here and there. Now, in terms of the episode itself, technically I've already actually done some stuff. I was about 20 minutes into technically recording until I realised I wasn't. I looked over to see how long I'd be recorded for, and yeah, less said the better. What I did during the episode was down here, so I got this kind of set up. The room itself was already done, and that up there was already done. I kind of explained the fact that this is going to be kind of a checkerboard pattern with the interfaces and assemblers. I just think it'll look better that way, and I'm going to move these guys down here. This is what I did this on the recording, so fully automated the processing of circuits. If we have a look back here, so they've all got interfaces with the patterns in, kind of hid it behind the walls. I think it looks quite well. And then back here we just have item conduits taking it straight to the top interface. So yeah, that's essentially how I've automated that. I think it looks quite well. No wires, you've literally just got the inscribers searched through. Back here, so we've got essentially the ME conduits running around the back of the wall straight to this here, which is what we're going to be getting into. I do want to take some of that out. I run a little bit through, as I say, I'm short on coal. This is what I'm going to get sorted really this episode. I'm going to get the deep mob learning stuff all automated, or at least semi-automated for what we need it to at the moment, and yeah, wait for this to run through, and then that should, if I pop this into the ME system, that should start crafting. Beautiful. So yeah, this is probably a really good example. So what are we actually crafting at the moment? Let's have a look. So we're crafting 10 of those. It should mean that there is yeah, so the coated circuit boards went straight into there. They go in 10 at a time just because it makes it easier recipe wise. The pyrolyzed oven runs without any problems unless the blast furnace is running at the same time. I'm going to pull that out for now just so that we can get that running. So yeah, that'll run without any problems now. Perfect. And the phenol goes straight into here because every time the pyrolyzed oven runs, you get 1 bucket of phenol, which is enough to make 10 circuit boards. So that's why I've made it 10 per recipe. Everything else is running through fine, so this is fully automated. Every now and again I do need to switch the soldering alloy over to polyethylene, which we're actually fairly short on. Okay, I have to keep that in mind. I don't think I'm going to be needing any polyethylene this episode. The polyethylene is used in making the MV machine hulls, which you use for the interfaces, I think. Yeah, so that's probably where all of my polyethylene's gone. In terms of the patterns, we've got a lot of patterns now, so all of these fully automated. Yeah, patterns themselves really are not a problem. If I wanted 200, the only thing that I'm missing are the base resources, so coal, wood and silver ingots. Absolutely no issues on that side. As you can see, everything's coming through without any problems there, getting stored straight into there. So in terms of these circuits as well, we aren't that far away from actually getting into the next stages of circuits. My thought at the moment is that I kind of want to get the stuff that we've already got automated before I move into the next stage, just to make it a little bit easier moving forward. I think that's going to be the way forward. I also actually did this as well. I made another ME drive, and we have 10 4K storages. Eventually I'm going to be moving all of these across. I'm tempted to go to 16K straight away because it really is not that hard. If I was to go say 30, again, the only things that we're really missing is the base resources: glass, wood, coal, iron, silver, the resin. I haven't made transistors yet. Okay. Transistors. Should be able to just quickly make that one. It's this guy's. I'm pretty sure I've got everything set up already for that. This one. What about now? 16K, 30 of them. So yeah, so again, we're just missing the base resources now, so thought I'd already done that pan, clearly not. Yeah, everything else is done. The circuitry, so if we have the processors as well, if you have a look, these are fully automated. Again, it's literally just the base resources that we're missing. Absolutely going to be beautiful moving forward. And yeah, the main idea is to get everything cleaned up, because this is a whole mess and it's been annoying me for quite a while. It's been the main place that we've been kind of working at, and it's just looked absolutely awful. In terms of these as well, honestly, I'm just going to pick these guys up. They are not needed anymore. If I need anything smelting, I will just run it through the electric furnace. What I can essentially do is put the stuff that I want smelting into the storage crate, and it will process it over time. It just costs power. So I've got absolutely no issues in doing that whatsoever. What are we short on? Yeah. Let me grab some this. Pop that into here. Also, because I've been processing our ores as well, we have a ton of antimony. So yeah, 1.4k antimony ingots. That also does remind me that I made some of these as well, feral flare lanterns. So it's a really simple recipe. For some reason I didn't even realise they were in this pack. Absolutely love feral flare lanterns. As you can probably see, I've got rid of all of the torches and replaced them already. They are just hidden under the floors. I think it's here, is it? Yeah, so the way they work is that they go through the... Helps if we can actually place blocks sometimes. They go through the surfaces, so they light up the area, and if we press F7, there are no places that mobs can spawn. Love the feral flare lanterns. It means that you can just hide your torches. There should be one like here. Yeah. So they're kind of hidden over the base. You can change them as well, so I'm happy for them to be like this at the moment, just because when we don't actually have a mob spawner, and to be honest, I don't think we have a need to be having the mob spawner either. So yeah, that's that side. Yeah, perfect. So they've all been brought through. That should be stopped back up. Beautiful. Anyways, let's get back into it. That's what we've been doing. I've got a lot of stuff in our inventory for what we're going to be kind of working on. First part is I want to get a frame drawer down there with a... Didn't actually have a look at this. I want an export bus. Piston, formation core, plates. Let's make that a pattern export bus. Everything else I've actually already got auto-crafted, so no problems there at all. That should be easy enough to make. Export bus. Helps if I can actually spell export bus. Yep, easy enough to make. That's fine. Yeah, beautiful. So that'll all run through, get us an export bus. In terms of this drawer, what I'm going to want to do is I made a storage downgrade. So the idea for this one is that I am actually going to change the weight faces just because yeah, just because I want to change the weight faces. No other reason really. I want it to face that way. The way that I did a little bit of testing in terms of the simulation chambers, they're a little bit awkward to automate for how I want to automate them. I need 3 sides visible. I was hoping that I'd be able to just run some cabling along the floor, these guys along the back, and that'd be fine, keep everything hidden. Doesn't actually look like that's going to be able to be done that way, because the simulation chambers, this one's actually set up perfectly at the moment, although it's technically set up for the spider, not the creeper. The only reason the creeper's in there is because I needed the coal. I'm going to be changing that back to the spider. But if we grab our Yater wrench here, also I've been keeping one of the patterns, one of the circuits on me at all times, because while I've been making the patterns, it's been pulling the wrong circuit in from JEI. So yeah, that's why they're there as well. But yeah, so this has got a blacklist extraction on the pristine matter, because the way that these guys work is the top and the bottom are what I want to use to automate them. Now, if you was to have just say this bottom line of conduits for both insertion and extraction, it actually doesn't work in the simulation chamber. You can't insert anything from the bottom using the item conduits, but you can extract. Now, if I was to do it on the top, you can insert things and you can extract things. Seems perfect, but for some reason it takes the data model out as well, which I have no idea of why. So yeah, the way I'm going to be doing it is simply like this. I'm going to have the conduiting running across the top as well, like this. So these are going to be extracting always active, and then we want to grab our export bus. Should be done. Export bus, perfect. Come across over here. Can I grab underneath one? I can. Export bus to the bottom. Like so. And then we want some pulsating clay. Perfect, so that should now fill up. And it's limited to a stack. So that's as much pulsating clay that will go into that drawer. Now, for this as well, so that's on extract all those active. If I went like this, that would mean that that would automatically get pushed into here. Should do. Oh, it helps if I actually set that to insert. So yeah, that automatically goes into there and it backstacks on that. The way that these are going to be automated, so I also have these guys here. So we've got the drawer controller, which not a hard recipe at all. If we have a look at the actual recipe, it's just wrong one. This one. So it's just a block of diamond or a block of emerald, a couple of circuits, iron, and a frame drawer. So some wood. Really simple recipe. Yeah, this guy is going to go there. That's fine there. Let me grab these guys so I can build up. Just to make it a little bit easier to place them, I'm going to do that there. In terms of the drawers, I went for a quartz outline, I guess. I think that looks quite well. I think it gives it a nice little indentation, I guess, if you can call it that. But yeah, so that's what they are. Pull those out now. Like so that's all running through fine. Off camera, I made enough materials to get a lot of our deep mob learning stuff done. So if we have a look at deep mob learning, made plenty of these stuff. Not hard at all, just LV machine hulls and some dark steel, which we have dark steel plates on full autocraft. Absolutely no issues there at all. In terms of these, let's have a look. So we should have what we need to make 10, if I've done my math right. Perfect. And that should now be set up to start auto-crafting these guys again. It is. Once it's done that side, it'll get the rest, that's fine. Yeah, so let's pop these guys in. So this is how all of these guys are going to run. And each one is going to have its own data model in there. So I'm actually going to pull you out and you out because you are not that one. What we need to do as well is pop these to all insert, 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 insert. We need our final one on here. Don't want that connection. Insert there. It's done. Perfect. There we go. That's that side. What I also want to do is enable round robin, just so that at no point will one end up with more polymer than the other, especially considering at the moment we are fairly short on it. We don't have it fully automated at the moment, that's for sure. There are stages that we'll get into where it is fully automated, so don't worry on that side. For now, let's grab all of these guys. So this one right here, this one is actually set up to be our spider, which is now actually a self-aware model. That's absolutely fine. The way I'm going to run them is, let's think. So do I want to do it based on tier or not? Probably not. I'm not that bothered. So we have a self-aware witch model as well. Sure, that's absolutely fine. Guardian, Skelly, makes sense. Spider, Skelly, and zombies and creepers there. Just for what we've got at the moment. Guardian. Let's do it like this, yeah. Enderman and Guest. These are going to run out of power fairly quickly. In fact, how are we doing on power? Let's have a look. I have a feeling this will be draining our reserves. It is. Yeah, so we're using our full power supply and we're draining at 2,500 per tick. Just based on what we've actually got at the moment. So, yeah. The thing is, though, once these guys have backstacked, there'll be no issues there. So I'm not fussed on that one at all. Anyway, let's dig into the wall a bit, get the rest of it set up. So, and we want our conduiting into here. You're going to be on insert only. Ooh, actually. This isn't going to work as I planned. Let me go and grab some of the matter as well. Just so that these aren't sorted. The idea was to have these guys like this. But I've just realised I need one more slot. Do I? No. I'm going to change it up a little bit to what I originally had planned. We're going to run it across like this. And then we actually do want this connection, but we'll have this one inserting on brown. Not extracting. Insert on green. That'll run fine. Give me one of you to pop it in there. And a glass cable there. Okay, so yeah, that should run fine, I think. And yeah, the last bit is to literally just work out and get our filters sorted. So, like this, just so that I can get access under there. We're going to need a few item filters. Do I have any hoppers? I don't. Let me get some iron. 5 per. What have we got down there? We've already got 1. We need 10 more. So let's get 50. Just run that through there. Get some chests. We need 10 chests. Very short on wood. Have I still got my lumber axe? I do. I'm gonna go and quickly chop down some trees. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Also, the magnet makes collecting everything so much easier. I'm so glad that I made that. Replant these guys. That'll do for now. Honestly, I said it last episode, I was looking into kind of automating the wood. Not that big of a deal, honestly. There's a lot worse things out there. And it's a little bit of an annoying one to automate as well, I think. So, not sure. We'll keep an eye on it anyway. It really isn't hard to get a lot of wood as well, so at the moment I've got no issues with it. We'll see what happens with that one though, so that's fine there. What happened to all of my storage? Yeah, perfect. Because I actually need to get behind these guys. Some bats in there. Because I completely forgot to put all of my storage buses on. So, storage, extracts, storage, extract, storage, extracts, extract. The only reason I'm changing them to extract is that for some reason, when I was doing my testing, I was having a little bit of a bug where it wasn't pulling items out correctly. I changed it to extract only and it kind of fixed it. So that's the only reason I'm doing that. Not entirely sure if there's an easier way that I can fix that, but either way, that's fine. Set that to 100 priority. Honestly, you can go back there. So that size of that, fine. Gonna need a few more storage buses actually, aren't we? What have we got needed? We need extract only, extract only. So we need two more storage buses. Okay, not hard. Storage buses we've got on Autocraft as well, so no issues there. Storage bus. Get two of those. What do we need? Available two. That's fine. Gonna actually need some more polyethylene, as I said that I didn't need any. Of course we are. And I've backstacked that too much. Ugh. Hoping that I've got enough in this to run it. MV machine hull. I think I might have only got enough to make one. I have. Need one more. Soldering alloy, fill that one up. Fill those two up. Let's see, how can I go about changing these things around? I think if I go like that, I can then... I'm trying to do it so that I don't have to make another one of these tanks. Really don't want to. Yeah, that's honestly the only reason. Just me being lazy. No. I'm gonna have to grab this one. Okay, that's fine. Because I can't put it back into that one. Have I still got the solidifier? Fluid solidifier. Honestly, we're going in there for now. Yeah, should have done that in the first place. Anyway, that's ready to come out. There we go. Get that running through. Put the soldering alloy back in. What's the difference? Is this the one that I've got configured? It is. That's there just so I can void fluids a little bit easier. I can void them 16 buckets at a time automatically. Just find it a little bit easier than messing about. Anyway. Back in there. Perfect. Crisis averted. There we go. That's fine there. Yeah, as I say, we've got a ton of like antimony, so I decided to make a ton of soldering alloy. Seemed to make sense at the time, but yeah, that's fine. Storage buses are done now though, so let's get these in. In. They're all online. Extract. Extract. Perfect. So that's all of the kind of back end done on that one. The last little bit is to kind of get the filters done. So, like I said, we're going to have a filter that's blacklisting the pristine matter from these guys. Wonder if I'm gonna have to. I wonder if you can actually use metadata on these. Let me try that. So, take the basic filter. We need 10 total. Can we make our iron plates? We've got those, and we've got our chests as well. When did I make a stack of chests? Oh well, I'll use them eventually. Get our wrench, chest, hopper. Perfect. 10 hoppers. How much paper have I got? Should be enough. And what I'm hoping I can do is grab pristine matter. Just grab any of it for now. Just get the witch, I guess. In fact, just because it's the same as the other one, I'm going to grab some spider. There we go. What I'm hoping I can do is this here. So, ignore metadata. Ignore metadata. They should stack now. They do. Now, the test will be on this guy. So, if I pop one of you into the extract filter, you're extracting always active. Why are you not? Oh, because it's on brown, that's why. Okay. Extract on brown. Will you take the pristine matter or not? So it's taking the overworldlier matter. I suppose the test shouldn't be on that one. Now that I actually think about it, the test can go on to this guy here. So we've got some pristine scaly matter. That's fine. Put one of the filters in because it doesn't matter if the metadata is different on this one. I'm looking at that as well. I don't think it will make. Yeah. Oh well. Model. What did I do with them? Did I put them back in here? Where have my data models gone? Oh, they're already in. What am I after again? I don't know what I don't know. I had a bit of a moment. Leave me alone. Change it to brown as well. There we go. That should extract that without any problems. Will the pristine matter stay or will it go? Please stay. It's staying. In fact, I'm just thinking, is there actually any need for the filters on these? There's no need for the filters. There's no place that conduit can take it. Hold on. If I just go brown active on this guy, that matter has no place to go. Yeah, so, okay. I'm going to do that on all of these guys. And I'm going to grab the ones out of here as well. Supposedly, okay, that does kind of make sense. When I was doing my testing, I was just using one conduit line. Technically, this is 2 conduit lines, so yeah, okay. We've got 11 item filters that we can use down the line. I'm sure that I'll use them eventually. Anyway, so that's sorted. Extract some brown. Extract some brown. Extract some brown. Brown, extract some brown, extract some brown, and extract some brown. Beautiful. So let's fill this guy in, make it all hidden, and yeah, that's pretty much how that's gonna go. I'm gonna get my draw key. Is that in my satchel actually? It is. And I'm gonna lock that guy. That one shouldn't make a difference. The only thing that will ever end up going in that one will be the pulsating dust. And realistically, as soon as I get like some conduit facades, I can hide all of that and make that all very, very neat indeed. But in theory, what that should mean is that I've got access to all of the matter that's in these guys. I'm going to take that off here, and in fact I may as well lock it and pop that in there. I don't know. Could guarantee if I didn't do that something would go wrong somewhere. Anyway, so now the second part of this is that the idea is that the ME system can now see whatever is in these, so it can see all of that spider matter. If we have a look at our just as an example, spider matter, we currently got 35. That should go up when that does as well. Let's have a look. So that's failed. If we've got any that's actually running. Success. Fail. Answer's really no. Other side of it as well. I want to get all of the matter that's in here. Like this. Grab all of this. Store it back in. That should have gone up now. Perfect. This is gonna be one of the. This was one of the things that I wanted to do it as well. So if we're overworlding now, we've got an absolute ton of this. I'm hoping this works. Never actually tried this before, but worth a go. Store that, store that, store that. Don't need any of this. Put that in there, that in there. You can go over there. I'm just going to quickly check how much is in this now. 2,000, so I think it works fine. Actually, that's full, isn't it? Yeah. Let me grab an upgrade. Draw upgrade. Should have everything we need for this. Just some sticks, that's fine. Go. Should have got some emeralds, that's perfect. Last two actually, that's fine. Emerald upgrade into this guy. Overworldlian. Let's have a look, see what's happening. So, I suppose that makes more sense actually, doing it that way. 3,000 left. Okay, so that should have about 2 in it. It has 3784. That should be all of the overworldly matter out of our system. Perfect, that's absolutely running fine. Got all of the matter in there. That'll slowly edge its way up as we kind of get more and more stuff. The final part is to get a few of these up and running. So if we have a look at, if we search for pristine, and also just look at how nicer that looks now. Pristine matter. So what have we actually got in us at the moment? At the moment we've only actually got 8 different pristine matters. So which we will be using for more than likely glowstone, but redstone's always there as well. Spider matter, again, string every now and again, but copper's the main one. Guardian is actually a fairly useful one. Prismarine shards, gold, aluminium dust, and guardian scales. However, the aluminium dust we can get completely automated through the clay. Not that bothered about using guardian matter. I prefer to use that in the gold. Creeper matter, the only thing that's going to be used for is coal. Scaly matter, again, the only thing I can see is tin. Zombie matter, realistically just iron. Gas matter should be just silver. Ender matter, emeralds, fairly useful. Ender pearls, and eventually we will be needing the impossible realm data as well. We'll have a look into those. But if we get some loot fabricators going, so what do we need? We need some panes. How many panes have we got left? Need a few of these guys. There we go. Loot fabricator. Some tier 2 circuits. Some more hoppers. Hoppers are a little bit of an annoyance at the moment. Ooh, quite short on iron. How much zombie matter have I got? That's the idea. Go, grab some iron. Chip that in there. A couple of chests. How much did I throw in? Was it 20 chests? Yeah, that's 5. Grab our wrench back. So yeah, I've got plenty of iron again. How much? I'm pretty sure I made 20. I'm just gonna check. Iron. I did. Perfect. So we need 10 total. 10 hoppers is 50 again. So let me grab another 30. Let that all run through. Chest. Grab another 5. Store the iron away. And circuit wise, so we're going to need another 4 of these guys. Shouldn't be a problem. That should all run through fairly quickly actually. Yeah, we're already crafting those, and it'll actually auto craft the basic ones afterwards. Perfect. Loot. How much energetic have we got? Energetic, absolutely fine. Okay, I think once these guys have done their processing, that should be enough to make use of what I've got left. So if we have a look at our deep mob learning, we've actually still got 10 of the dark steel machine hulls left. I'm going to run through and make 10 of the loot fabricators. Just seems to make sense, and that means that we'll have 11 total. There we go. Eventually, I'm probably going to move these things down off camera as well. Don't need this water pool anymore. Clean that up. Also means I can clean this up a little bit better. So kind of the idea is that move these guys, get rid of that. Nothing in there. And there we go. A lot cleaner there. In terms of off camera as well, I will be making some more ME drives, getting a few different things. I tend to run from 4 myself, just because of the way that I'm going to be setting this thing up, because I'll be also making the interface terminal and the liquid ME terminal, is it? Fluids? Liquid terminal? No. It's fluid. Yeah, this guy here. So the fluid terminal. Another really simple recipe. Cutting saw with a lapis block. No issues there at all. But yeah, just overall, I think it's looking a lot cleaner. The fact that I've managed to be able to get everything taken downstairs. Loving the fact. Did this restock? No. What are we missing? Circuits. The only time it doesn't restock is when you're short on something. Oh, you're short on coal and wood. Okay, that's easy enough. Should have got a ton of wood still. Make 4 stacks. That. Creeper. Grab a bit of coal. Just so that I can get it auto pressing while we're doing nothing really. So that should start automatically. Perfect. So yeah, it's running through fine. Iron plates. Grab into here. Chest. With the wrench. And as I say, in theory, that should be everything that I need for this. Should just be able to go like that. Perfect. There we go. Means we can pull that thing out of there. And yeah, probably going to actually close this thing up off camera. get these set up for auto crafting as well. Not made an MV version of them yet. Yeah, in terms of the loot fabricators, not entirely sure where I want to put them yet. I'm thinking potentially up here. For the way that they will work, so the actually I'm doing that's that side, because the way that you'll need them to work is that there will be an interface for each of the loot fabricators with one pattern in there. The pattern will then be dependent on what pristine matter you'll be using, so it'll be, for example, we're just going to say this one, so the pattern will be 1 pristine scalar matter means you get 8 tin ingots. So the interface will automatically put the matter in. You'll need an item conduit to drag that matter, to drag the product out, and then you'll put it straight back into the interface. That is the plan. So you'll need a kind of, if I was to, just because I haven't really got it at the moment, so if this was the interface, I'd have that on the back. We would need power to get to it as well. Potentially across the top. Don't know how that would look. So if we have them up there, so power across the top, and then we run item conduits back there into the interface, and one out of the top of the loot fabricator as well. I think that would look quite well. Across the top, get them all running for each individual. But yeah, that's where I'm going to call it for this episode. Going to get a few little bits done here off camera. Not too far away at the moment now from moving into the next tier and potentially into tier 4 circuits. So if we have a look at circuits 4, the first tier 4 circuit is this one. We do need to get the second tier 3 circuits, but everything else is doable. The diodes are just electrum polyethylene, that's not a problem. Capacitors, aluminium foil. Thin polyvinyl chloride is probably the thing that we are, the only thing that we're actually missing. So PVC is done in the fluid solidifier, but it's also the chemical reactor of vinyl chloride and air. Vinyl chloride, ethylene chlorine we can get from salt water, which we have a ton of salt. So not too hard, gonna get a few bits done and ready for the next episode off camera. Tempted to make this a little bit neater as well. Probably gonna automate the reconstructor. Fairly easy. You can get it's from actually Additions, it's the range collector. Very easy recipe to make. Aluminium black quartz, not a problem at all for what we've got at the moment. And yeah, but gonna call it an episode here and get a few bits done off camera. If you are gonna stick around for the remainder of the series, do hit that subscribe button to stay tuned, and I shall thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.